It's your boy Prince. I'm coming back with another video. So today, in my video today, I'm gonna be talking about how it has been, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of an insight about life here. So I might not be the best person to tell you this, but I'm sure I can actually give you an idea of what it's like and the experiences in life, here. Well, I've been here for almost 5 years now. I think in July will be. Okay, so guys, let's get it. Alright, so living in India has been a great experience for me. I've learned a lot. I'll say that I've grown a lot, not physically but also mentally and socially and intellectually, and like in every aspect of life. Most of the time, a lot of people who lives outside of their home countries, you get a good experience, a very unique exposure. So this is actually one of the most important things that you can actually ever learn in life. Being here has been a great experience for me, particularly even studying here. I've learned a lot. Starting off with the Indian people, of course. In the first time when you come here, it's going to be a little bit difficult because of the language and the culture. Of course, the culture shock is going to be there, and the change of environment, the change of the climate, new people, new lifestyle, new food. Emphasis a lot on food because India is like the kitchen of the world. People, they get a lot of food here, and also there's a lot of things that actually change in your life. Speaking of changes, even the sports that you like actually are going to change. I'm telling you, like when I came out of Africa, when I was still in Rwanda, I loved football a lot and basketball. But when you come to India, it's gonna be only cricket everywhere. Like how you see kids playing football in Africa, like everywhere. Here, kids just play cricket in the streets. Okay, starting off with the language. When you come to India, there is a little bit of learning curve for the languages. The languages in India, there are millions. About the languages in India, there's like a lot of languages spoken in the country. I know because I think I was you when I came here. I used to think that in India, like what we used to watch in the movies, like they speak just one language, they speak some Hindi, blah blah blah, and some English, which is actually English. Okay, Indian English, and we just think like that. But when you come here, you go to a state. Actually, every state has its own language, and it's really difficult. Sometimes you go to a state where people don't even speak Hindi, like nobody understands it. So that's actually what happened to me. I came to a state in the southern part of India where they speak another language, very famous old language called Tamil, or Tamil. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult language to learn, but actually the beautiful thing about India is that a lot of people speak English. I think it's one of the greatest advantage over other countries like China or Japan or some other Asian countries. Indians are able to speak the global language, like English, so it's pretty easy to go around and get along, deal with people here. You basically don't need to necessarily learn the local language, even though you might want to learn it for your personal advantage, because when you go somewhere, you've got to, in order to fully integrate with the local people, you've got to know their language. I speak the language not so good, of course. I'm terrible at it. It's a very difficult language. Wanakam. One more thing here is about the food and the people. The people are very nice. Unlike what you might have heard in the media about the racism, the attacks to the black people. Of course, Indian society is quite complex when it comes to the skin color and skin color. There's a very big racial bias in the country, which may lead to you being actually violated or maybe discriminated against because of the way you look, which is something I believe Indians themselves are trying to figure out. There's this kind of racial stigma, like the darker you look, the poorer you seem, the dumber you are. Like when you are darker, you are not smart. You're not rich. You don't have certain skills and qualities. A lot of people actually fail to understand that the skin color has nothing to do with your brain or your upbringing or whatever. So of course you might be, because I remember once we wanted to go to a club. We went out with the friends and they wouldn't actually let us in because we didn't appear to be, I think it was the kind of type of people they wanted to have in their place. Maybe we weren't that beautiful enough, I don't know, but it's kind of it's very disturbing when you are denied some services just because of the way you look. It's not fair. But I hope I'm not saying that this actually happens everywhere. It just happens in like in a couple of places. It's not. There are ways so many people here who are very nice and so welcoming and very helpful, and who are actually willing to get to know you better, who actually see the beautiful side of you. But of course there are people who are kind of brainwashed, who just got some stuff they believe. Okay, another thing I can say is about the food. The food is gonna be like a really big thing that you're actually gonna have. I remember when I came, I thought that maybe I'm gonna find some food, but if you go to an Indian restaurant, the menu will shock you. There'll be like more than 1,000. There'll be like more than 100 types of rices that you can order. With a lot of different types of chickens, so many kinds of soups. It's awesome. Okay. The first time it's gonna be a little bit confusing because you don't really know what you have to choose. You might actually order milk instead of soup, and probably milk soup with chili in it or spice. Actually India is very spicy, so when you come here you're gonna have to learn how to eat all the food and familiarize with it so that you can go to the restaurant, eat, and just feel good, man. Be like everybody else. Alright guys, if you really like my videos, just make sure you subscribe and like and share and comment. And if you want something you want me to talk about in the future, just let me know, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Bye.